Guys, welcome to another stream. I'm probably gonna do these daily, and these are gonna be about stuff that I wrote lately on my LinkedIn. So hope you guys can benefit from these thoughts on thoughts or my writings. I post a lot. These writings explained to you verbally. I think it is relevant for most of us here. So all I need to do for that is going on my LinkedIn and checking what I posted. I'm not going to do a video on my videos, of course, but by the way, I use Opus for these. It's mostly automated, so obviously I don't take my time to edit. Um, I try to really pressurize my thoughts and convert my seeds into humongous sequoia trees as quick as I can. That's pretty much my content strategy. I really want to give out the best insights to folks that want to accomplish stuff similar to mine, one man billion dollar company. So I want to reach out these folks through that. I'm not about editing and reviewing stuff. I want to one slice like a ninja, powerful slice and one shot, one kill. That's my goal. Everything instant. I'm not about writing books or refining my content. That's the first lesson here. I think you should optimize for that as well. I think that is future proof. An AI can spend thousands and thousands and thousands of hours on a book and refine it and make it better, but I think human power and this supercomputer we have in our minds is to compress and link stuff that AI could only dream of right now in the next decade, at least until we start optimizing her brain, that is, and connecting with Neuralink. So, without further ado, this morning I was wondering why would people limit their ambition. So I was checking this guy out, Keegan Motocross. What's his name again? This guy is Metal Militia founder Brian Deegan. Yeah, not Keegan. And yeah, I was checking his YouTube. I think he's leading a cool life, cool family life, which is what I will eventually convert my YouTube channel into with his full family. And yeah, he's building this huge freaking compound with all kinds of toys. I want that at 100% that I'll get that, So I was watching his video and it's like, why do people constantly limit themselves? Why is it not okay to go after what you want, So I think the first answer to that is because it's hard. People don't want to go after pain. They want to relieve the pain. So you need to switch that up. And then I think the second answer, and you might provide other answers to that, but I think people are fucking woke nowadays. They're woke bitches. So basically, I'll be like, oh, a Bugatti will burn the planet, while the Bugatti owner donates like multiple millions to offset themselves and better the environment, while these woke people, all they can do is talk, Um, I think people find all kinds of excuses. Oh, I don't need more, I don't need, yeah, sure, okay, you're a simpleton. You just discredited yourself, People just want to live on this planet Earth and go away, I don't think most people have fun as well living on this planet Earth. I think they're surviving. They're in survival mode, And if they can have their little retirement with their little uh, Audi A3, they'll be happy. I think it's time, that people release themselves and go after what they really want and experiment and try out things and face their fears, And obviously you'll fail. It's not like if I'm Mr. Perfect. I struggle every day, just like you. And if you don't struggle, it's probably because you're not imposing enough on yourself, Every time I talk to my psychotherapist, I'm like, yeah, everything's been going fine lately. the back of my mind is like, I'm probably not pushing myself enough if everything's fine. Need to grow, need to experience discomfort. Yesterday, for example, I went in motocross and fell the hill 5 times, which was one of my posts yesterday. And yeah, I broke my motocross and everything. And I tried it again yesterday after breaking that time the clutch lever, which is pretty important. And I did it. I came up with a different strategy and I made it. And I was really proud of myself yesterday for that. So yeah, take risks and try again, and liberate yourself from the limitations that society has put upon you. This one, I think I've programmed it. By the way, the likes that you see on my post are mostly fake. You know, they're bots. They're people that automated these likes for whatever reason. Um, some of them are not fake, of course. But yeah, like this guy and another lady, and yeah, there's a couple of them. They keep on liking my shit. I don't know why. We'll talk about likes a bit later on. So I intend this blab to last, yeah, probably 22 more minutes here. So you need a challenging mindset to succeed in this modern era. AIs are very much agreeable. So coming back with my last point here about just being agreeable, you know, a 9 to 5er with small dreams, small ambitions. AIs are just like that, you know, like AIs will be created by OpenAI and all these companies in a safe manner, meaning that they won't be spicy, they will be agreeable, they will do everything you say if it is in their ethical realm, you know. So you need to sort of be a pirate and a hacker. That is until we achieve UBI, universal basic income, and everyone can get a share of the wealth, which would be ideal. I think us high performers could create enough value for pretty much the full planet. And up until that era, which is a couple decades long, you will need to be spicy. You will need to go for different. You know, you can't just throw yourself in a river and be taken by the current. You know, I see people that are way too woke and agreeable and corporate nowadays. You know, been signed to NDAs that just limit them and zombify and lobotomize their brain, you know, and they're just like bots, they're NPCs, they're not humans, you know. And I think that is what will make us human. It's challenging the norms, you know. Obviously you want to stay quote unquote ethical in your intentions and what you put out there. You don't want to go like Trump or Tate style and just like burn the whole fucking world for power and fame and money. Um, but you want to quote unquote respectfully challenge assumptions, you know, and sometimes play the devil's advocate. Just like look at your own thoughts from another angle. That will not only generate lots of neurons, but that can generate money as well, right? More on that later. The good life doesn't happen without discipline. So I think this one speaks a lot. I mean, other if you're like a trust fund baby, and I don't think that they get as much joy, the trust fund babies, than the self-made people, you know. I think your priority as a trust fund baby is to donate that full trust fund to a charity and just build your own wealth from scratch, you know. There's no way. And, you know, face the struggle, face the pain, face being broke, you know. I think it's so toxic when you just have free money hanging around you. So toxic. You need pain. The brain and the human being is built that way. You need pain to feel joy. You know, you need to suffer. Suffering is part of who we are as human being. Obviously we can modify that in the transhumanist age once we're gonna rewire our own brain, neuralink ourselves. But for now, we're creatures of pain. We need to have pain to create joy. You know, like all that I can enjoy, on weekends or going out on motocross or running with my dogs. I created that own freedom. Don't consider myself lucky, worked my ass off, made intelligent decisions, faced my fears, which is super important. It's not just about working hard, working smart, working long. It's about taking risks and facing your fear and being courageous. And I think that's the main lesson here. Constantly facing your fear once a day at least. You'll just feel so much better about yourself. In my case, I have some systems to face these fears on a daily basis. My favorite of them is the gym. Yesterday, I really pushed myself at the gym, fucked up my shoulder a little bit. Um, but guess what? Today, I'm going to head back at the gym and I'm going to push myself a bit further. Um, yeah, the gym is an essential part of the successful CEO's system. You need to become addict to the gym. Just fucking show up. And then if you have a phone, sometimes I don't know what to do, so I just pull out Apple Fit and I start working out. And then once you're working out, you get inspired to do this other machine, and then a chain of events occur, and then you're surpassing yourself. So the good life doesn't happen without discipline. That's a very good one. Good life that we see all the time. It's just like what's upsetting to me is that what we're being shown on a daily basis is all the goods, and it doesn't show like what's going on in the back scenes. And most humans don't do that intentfully. I do think that most humans are good and they want other humans to succeed, but also I think some of them are in pain and intentfully lie because they're in so much pain. I'll just lie. They won't tell you how they got there. They won't tell you that their parents just paid everything, or that this Insta picture is fake. I think marketing, we've stopped questioning marketing, but yeah, marketing has brought a lot of ills to this society. The worst thing one can do when podcasting. So yeah, I was interviewed, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, the host was struggling. He was just like sticking to the script and he was totally lost. Anyway, I picked up the full podcast and made it interesting. So yeah, I might give that person feedback actually, but yeah, I think the best podcasts nowadays are straight shooters that are ready to go from minute one, and they have practiced so much on sales calls and on the ecosystem of activities that they're doing that they're ready to create value on the spot. Most of them will recite a script, like you'll see Tony Robbins do a lot of that, Gary Vee. Maybe they'll talk about their latest post, which is what I do, or try to do. But the best of them, and I can't point to like exact examples, but they will create knowledge on the spot. They will have a eureka moment on the spot, on the podcast, generating serotonin in their own brains, but coming up to conclusions that they wouldn't have otherwise if they wouldn't have been on the pod with this podcast host. So, as a podcast host, your job is to create that magic on the spot. So, you want to create the right cocktail of neurochemicals for people that come on your podcast. Namely, make them feel at ease, make them laugh, for example, relate to them, share pieces of insights that are very valuable, share thoughtful questions they haven't been asked before. And if you do that, maybe you have a shot at creating that spark moment, that big bang moment in which the guest is like, holy fucking shit, I just understood that because of you. If you do that, I mean, yeah, that will cascade into an exponential podcast. These are very rare, by the way. These are 1%. So yeah, yesterday, yeah, definitely do not stick to a script. Definitely do not be one of these OCDs or perfectionists. So I'm on a tirade against these people, these corporate fucks that think that they need to spend 10 hours preparing for podcasts. the same people that were really good at school, the same people that are potentially woke. They're just followers. These people, they follow everything that you said. Oh, have A grades. Oh, do that at your job, and you will get that increase. These people, and they annoy me so much. Annoy me because it's like so not scalable. That's not scalable. They're playing the corporate game well, but the corporate game is over. Everything is gonna fall apart. Like look at Meta, how much engineers they're slashing. AI is taking over, and these people, they are honing a skill that doesn't scale. So yeah, go out of the norms. Think further. Be weird. Be creative. Be human. That's what you can hone on and be super successful in the next couple of years. This one we covered. So you see, I'm posting these posts here. Most of it is to sell my podbuyer.com services. The reach 94. Yeah, it's okay. I like videos because they stimulate trust. People now know that this writing machine that is me exists, that I'm a real human. So posted a lot of them, constantly A/B testing. I just need like one friggin' view to impact someone, be like, holy shit, I need to work with this guy. Okay, so real estate is a bubble. Let's see here. Yeah, I think real estate's probably one of the worst investments ever. It might have worked in the last couple of years. The thing is, there are conservative people that are already rich that are there to maintain the status quo. And there are revolutionaries that are there to disrupt that status quo, like myself. Who do you think will win? Playing defense will always lose. Whatever amount of wealth, and power that you have, it's not motivating to maintain your grounds. You're just being a bitch, you're in defense mode. Hunters will get you. It's just like if someone wants to rob me really bad, they'll succeed. I can tell you, they'll succeed. They'll just like spend more time doing that, and I don't have time to play defense and so forth. So you need to constantly play offense. And I think most of the past wealth has been built through real estate and these pieces of concrete that don't move. I think territory is an ocean that's going to disappear sooner or later. I also think that we're going to build the $1,000 house. I mean, it's a human need to be housed, so it's kind of ridiculous to think that houses are so expensive nowadays. I don't think that's going to last. I think there's going to be a YC company that's totally going to gangbusters change that. And I'm going to be behind them. I'm going to fund them. I'm going to invest in them. And yeah, the dumbest folks that I know are usually in real estate. Like my buddy got someone attempted to scam him last week, and we researched a guy which was indicted and spent time in jail, and real estate fucking consultant, the worst of idiots go in real estate because it's simple. It doesn't move. It's like their brain, I think it's a whole fucking bubble. And yeah, define a bubble. Oh, Charles, is the stock market a bubble? Yes, but probably less than real estate. Is our startups and VCs a bubble? Yes, but probably less than the stock market, A bubble is like humans getting together and conspiring, consciously or not, to increase the value of something. And the value is not real. Yeah, value is any type of value is human created. Some of it is felt, right? Like, oh, I have this coffee, it's valuable, it gives me caffeine, makes me feel good, tastes great. But real estate, I mean, such a fucking bubble. Like I've been serving that market in my career, and realtors, despicable people, most of them idiots as well. Just jacking up the prices of properties. They want to get paid a high commission, so it's in their interest to jack up the prices. Then there's real estate investors. It's also in their interest to jack up the prices, Then they create associations. They lobby for laws, And then every human has a house, so. And then the American dream. I think the American dream is like the basis of that. It's influencing people that, oh, you can have the big car, you can have the big house. So that's the main driver of that. So like humans are guilty for consumers are guilty for creating that bubble as well. But yeah, it's such a big ass bubble, like why are prices increasing that much? Sure, there's inflation, which is also a human made construct, but and in the end, yeah, I think consumers are losing a lot. Um, yeah, it's like spending money on a Rolls Royce. You do it for the prestige, not necessarily because of the value of the car. Lots of pieces are made in China, for example, and it's cheap labor that they employed. Anyway, more on that later. No, it's not that pertinent. It's mostly a tirade, almost a useless one because most people are real estate investors nowadays. Um, what's the alternative to that, by the way? Yeah, invest in creating your own startup empire. Like invest in pure value. Yes, there's value in housing someone, but I mean, for example, here I'm paying a couple of thousands on a monthly basis. Yeah, I get value of that house. Is it extreme value? Not really. It's nice. But yeah, it's probably not worth that. I think the whole thing could be built simpler. That's also the basics of the problem. It's a hard problem to crack to create bots that would create a house for very cheap. My opinion would be drones that would be melting material that is immediately available here, rocks, trees, and so forth, to build a nice house. Anyway, more on that later. Companies have signed their own NDAs. Yeah, this one's a bit extreme as well, but I think people should say like we own 500 employees because they own them. They own their time. They own their minds. They own what they can say or cannot say. They own their fucking phone. They own their fucking cars. Yeah, like so. I think we own employees would be more appropriate than we employee, and that's my tirade against employees again. Go start a startup. Like it won't scale. Again, employee tirade. So visibly, I mean, let's talk about that tirade for a second. Like, is it scalable? Is it toxic? Well, I believe we need to spice up this life, to achieve what we want. Am I corrupted in trying to pursue that one? Maybe selling a bit of my soul for some cash, but I think there's also like good intentions behind that one, which is that I think what will really scale is entrepreneurship. If you really want to get rich, I mean, if you're against the idea of pain, yeah, it's probably better for you to stay employed. But I think it's a nice tire. I think it's my mission in life as well to convert as many folks into entrepreneurs as well. That's literally my mission. And wars can be profitable, not only for cash purposes, but for power and achieving your means and doing good on this planet Earth. So, yeah, am I dissing employees? Yes. Am I dissing like literally 70% of the planet? Yeah, or 60. There's more and more entrepreneurs and freelancers, which I think is a full future. It's fully scaled. But yeah, it's a good tyrant. Now, is it risky to be an employee? This post is very valuable. Like for any employees listening to this, like you have your faith in another human being. Usually, I mean, if you're smart, your boss won't be smarter than you. So you're literally outsourcing your fate to a stranger, right? And then like the corporations are like, oh, we're family, and they'll fucking fire you next Friday. You'll be left crying the full weekend till you wake up like next Monday and start applying for jobs again and sell your soul some more. Hire me, give me money, I'll do anything. I mean, the capitalist system is cruel like that. It's, I mean, without money, you won't be accepted by society straight up, and that's a human need. Uh, Yeah, jobless people, just like being jobless is like frowned upon, for sure. I mean, if you can't change a system, you need to play the game, and you need to play the game to change the system. So yeah, instead of outsourcing your fate in another 9 to 5er's hand, just go start your own business. It'll be way harder, but yeah, it'll be also way more scalable, and it'll be a huge service for your future self. Since my 20s, I've known that I was set for life. I know that I'll live this crazy fucking life. I'll have anything that I have just because anything that I want, just because I control my full destiny. If I am not making enough money, it's my own fault. It's because I didn't invest enough time, wasn't smart enough. Back to the drawing board. Now, how can I improve that? Can I double down on that? How can I set scientific goals and try to improve myself? And life is really fun. It's like a game. Pain, you get used to it. Just like anything, the brain adapts to pain. The brain will make this life easier for you once you impose that pain on yourself and you practice that. And I often talk about that, but a lot of humans, they amplify pain. It's like people running a 10K or a 21K, and it's like never again. They're like, as they're running, they're self-sabotaging themselves. They're like, never again am I running another fucking day in my life. Is that a reality, or is that you being a little bitch and remembering some past traumas? The brain is really susceptible to being fucked by itself, like trauma. Trauma is a real thing. It's like this shoulder today has trauma. I went way too fucking hard yesterday. But yeah, I don't think my fucking arm's gonna fall off. I'm not actively sabotaging myself. Most humans don't have the proper weapon to face trauma. They've been raped or they've been assaulted, and there you go, trauma. Why? Because they constantly repeat the events. They don't have the proper psychological tools to get over it, and trauma breeds more trauma. It might be your genes, might be your susceptibility to produce more cortisol. My wife certainly like cortisol prone, anxious type of person. I'm ADHD. I am hyperactive, somewhat OCD as well, OCD tendencies. So, yeah, when something bad happens, I don't torture myself constantly with it. I get over it. I distract myself with other stuff, and I fight the monkey that's in my brain. So, yeah, all to say that you need to impose pain on yourself with the proper mindset. You won't get traumatized by the pain you impose on yourself. Your brain, just like muscle, it will rebuild on itself and will become really, really resilient. And you can scale that way. I'll keep it to this for today because I have a call, but yeah, I'm going to pick up at this one here. And I'm going to do more of these video. Hopefully people are going to benefit from these. Hope you like them, and I'll catch you around.